here at the Silverstone Museum, we have this astonishing collection of Formula One cars for you to come, look at and really enjoy. And to start with, we've got this absolutely stunning ERA R8C. Now, the reason why this car is so special is the Formula One World Championship started here at Silverstone in 1950 with the European Grand Prix of 1950, and this very car took part in that race, and we are so lucky to have it here. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm going to invite the camera in just to have a look at some of the little bits of detail. We've got these gorgeous badges, gorgeous radiator fillers, and you look at the way the metal work has been engineered on pieces like the suspension and the brakes there. These tiny thin tyres must have been really tricky to drive on. Bearing in mind this car here at Silverstone would have topped 130 to 140 miles an hour. Now, as the camera moves along the car, I want you to remember that 130 to 140 miles an hour when you think the little 6-cylinder 2-litre engine in here propelling this car along with a driver sitting on what can best be described as an armchair, the sort of thing you might see in someone's home. You'll notice there are no safety belts at all. The driver would have held onto this steering wheel, quite thin but with a white knuckle grip. This car would have been bouncing and jumping around. The exhaust pipe right next to their arm with this little bit of a cover to save their arm getting burnt. Looking inside at the dials, the driver would have had to have looked at all the different pressure gauges, looking very similar to an aircraft of the time. That big rev counter in the middle, the driver trying to concentrate on that and also look through this tiny windscreen here, protecting from any dust and stones that would have chipped up. These lovely little detailed mirrors sit in here, but I'm not sure how a driver would have looked at these with them bouncing up and down as the car motored around Silverstone Circuit. And then we look at the back. Oh my word, they were brave. Looking at this, this is the fuel tank. The driver is literally sitting on it. And when they came into the pits to refuel, you'd often see someone open this, a canister over their shoulder, filling it up with fuel. Sometimes they'd even have a cigarette on the go as they were doing it. The drivers of these cars were truly very brave. Now, this car originally started racing in 1936. So by 1950, it was being outpaced by the more modern Ferraris and Alfa Romeos at the time. But it's still a working Grand Prix car, and we're really pleased to be able to show this as part of our Summer of F1 here at the Silverstone Museum.